It's almost Friday. We finna have a good time, a good live, and then some little chit chat. So sit back and just get ready, y'all. Get ready. Hello, hello, hello. How y'all doing? Y'all, I dropped trying to get some water. Messed around and dropped my whole ice tray. And I had to pick up the ice so that my floor would not be wet once I was off live, okay? But we here to have a good time, to have a conversation about a few things. A little watch along, okay, because Monique was on live, DL Hughley went on live, and Macy Gray. I'm like, everybody around here just live it on up and talking back and forth to each other. And I'm like, it feels like it's 2022 all over again when Monique and DL was fussing back and forth that time. And now we back to the same craziness. Okay. But look, y'all know first things first, if you have not done so already, take a little second, okay? Little second. Okay, subscribe to my channel, become a JayBird, dot, you know what I'm saying? Like the video, comment in the comment section. You can share the video too, and then follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner, okay, on IG, Twitter, and TikTok. Now, I promise y'all, I did not want to go live today, mainly because Monique and this man, they're gonna keep fussing. Okay, wait, I'm here. Hello. How y'all doing? Okay, I am here. I forgot to put myself on the camera. Okay, and let me get some hellos to the people who are here. So thank y'all for being here, because you could be anywhere in the world, but you were choosing to be here with me, and I appreciate it. Okay, so for the live watchers, for the re-watchers, whoever is watching this, thank you. Okay, but how y'all doing? Okay, it is almost Friday. It's been a long week, a long, busy week for me. Okay, at my other job. Okay, and I've been around here like, I can't get into it. It ain't nothing to do, honey, and they just keep coming with things to discuss, and so we're here. Okay, I don't know how long we're gonna be here, okay? But we're gonna have a good time while we're here, okay? But hello to all the people and say hello. Thank you. Okay. Bright colors look good on me. And because, we still in winter time, but we got some fall type of, my shirt keep being stupid. Want to be sure I look regular. But because the weather is getting better here, a little bit, I'm able to okay, put some color, future golden girl, okay. But a good time what we had. Child, it's been such a long week, and I'm just like, I almost was like, I'm not gonna go live today. I don't have time. I want to go take a nap. I need some sleep. But I was like, no, Jaylee, you told yourself you're going to be consistent and put out content every day. So here we are. Okay. So thank y'all for being around. Okay. It's abnormally warm. It was like 40 some degrees. So it's going to be like, it may be like 50. I'm like 50 degrees. 50 degrees. Child, I can put some shorts. Anyway, look, yesterday, I had no plans to be on live that long. We have not had an over 3-hour live, and I don't know how long. It's been a minute. It's been a while. You know what I'm saying? Stewie. And I just wasn't paying attention. I really wasn't paying attention. I was just talking or whatever. We was all talking. And I was like, wait a minute, it is 12:30. I'm like, it's over 3 hours. I'm like, I gotta get off. Okay. But we'll let that be. Now I want to go ahead and get into the things that I said we're gonna get into again. I have shared. I'm going to be sharing the things from my Instagram. Okay. We'll get to Monique and DL last. Because again, it's not like it's child. When I said that, I was searching for anything else beside that, and it was all what and I still have not listened to the rest of Monique's interview. But I feel, I'll get to it. I'll get to it, child, tomorrow or Friday. I don't know. Because it's a lot, and also, people yesterday, just in discussing that lady. I'm gonna wait till we get to Monique. I'm gonna wait until we get to that part, And, we can have a little discussion about that. But let's get to some saves. And I think it was one that I thought I saved or I thought I saw, and I can't find it. Child, it's missing in action. But let's just start where there. I don't want to start with Jonathan Majors. I'm gonna start with Kim Kardashian. Because it's an easy read. They say Kim is dating Odell Beckham Jr. Look, I really feel like, when Kim, who Kim dating has always been a thing, okay? And she was dating, Reggie Bush, she was dating Ray J, then the Chris Humphries man. It's always been who was Kim dating? What is Kim doing? What is going on? Okay. And she married Kanye. Then after Kanye, she was linked to Pete Davidson. And now they say, oh, she's supposedly dating Odell Beckham Jr. I said, they both look like they want some attention to me. A part of me feel like when two famous people get together, it seems like a plot and a plan that ties it up to bring us the bull stuff. And I'm like, if they've been secretly dating for a year, I don't care. Should they make it public? I don't care. Because I feel like Kim is at a level to where anybody she dates, to me, is for a storyline. Not saying in life that she don't want to be happy and love somebody, but I feel like the people she dates is going to be a story, So I'm gonna be carrying that off. Thank you, KC, for these super chats. What's up? Not time to get crunk. They're my section already. Well, thank you for being right. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. So if who's Kim's dating, we don't care at the all. Now, congratulations to Taraji P. Henson. She has a new book out. Okay, you can be a friend no matter what. Okay, look, we have to be around here, congratulating people on their endeavors. Okay, and I'm like, again, it's a book. She wrote a book. If you have children, if you are a teacher who teaches children, if you around here with anybody with kids who need a book to be read to them, go get Taraji book. Make Taraji book be a part of the New York Times bestseller. Okay, make it be a part of the United Children's of the nations of the world. I'm making it up. Or whatever platform or whatever log or whatever chart for kids books. Let it be that. Okay, but Taraji, we don't share her hair care line, and for her to also have a book, okay, you can be a friend no matter what. Congratulations. Okay, go get it. Go to her page and see where it's at. Congrats to Taraji. Okay. Child, I was scrolling social media earlier today. And as I was scrolling, I saw this wax figure. And without reading anything, I said, oh, why do a wax statue of Leah Remy? That was my first thought. I didn't read no cap. I just looked at the thing. And when I looked at it, I was like, why do a statue of Leah Remy? I was like, no tea, no shade. I mean, do she need a wax figure? It just confused me or whatever. So I scrolled past and kept going. And then the next post that I saw, it was, Beyonce fans are upset and they're saying that her wax figure looked like, and I was like, that was supposed to be Beyonce? I don't know who told them people. Why am I thinking to being dumb? Can y'all hear me and see me? Let's back up. Child, I keep saying I got to call Comcast and I haven't. I keep forgetting. But my point was, when I scrolled again and see how people said, oh, and I was like, who said that was Beyonce? I don't know why it's so hard for them to get Beyonce's figure right. Because every time we've heard of a wax figure of Beyonce being made, it's really a white woman. It don't look right. But this, I'm like, the face, now the hair, the stance is Beyonce. The face That is not Beyonce. Okay. And I'm like, was it a white person? Because you know, white people think we look alike. And I'm like, but even if you think that we look alike, Leah Remy ain't a we. If she's a she ain't no we. Okay. She's not part of our culture. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand it. You know. Child. So girl, somebody fix it. Because that's not what's supposed to be. Boosie around here trying to make people's dreams come true. So Boosie on a plane somewhere, okay, flying coach. I don't know, maybe it's first class, I don't know. But he around flying, and a couple was around here getting engaged, and Boosie offered to sing or perform at the wedding.
I'm coming to the wedding and perform. I'm coming to the wedding and perform. Put me on. I'm performing at your wedding. No charge. No charge. Just take care of my flight.
Now, a part of me feel like, I mean, would you want Boosie to perform? I mean, he can do INDEPEN. He can do independent, but I don't know if I want Boosie to perform at my wedding. But it depends on where they at, because maybe they sung like maybe what Boosie is Boosie from Memphis? Why I feel like Boosie from Memphis? Wherever he's from, whatever town he's from, or whatever, I feel like people where he live will probably want Boosie to perform because they're from the same place. You know what I'm saying? But if Boosie was like in Detroit, you would say, nah, Boosie, we okay. We don't want that here. Okay. But he said, I'll do it free of charge. Just pay for my flight. Then that means it ain't free. The flight gonna cost a couple $100. Now, maybe Boosie the fee for doing a performance is like I don't know how much it costs. So if he said it's free, because I'm not gonna charge you, $1,000 or $100, or let's say $50,000. Okay, let's say Boosie costs $50,000. I'm gonna save you $50,000. I'm gonna come perform because I saw you propose, and congrats. I would say no, Boosie. No, thank you. No, thank you. Snoop Dogg is in a couple different things, okay? I don't understand how Suge Knight be behind bars fucking with people. I really don't. So y'all know Suge Knight. First, I'm like, child. So first, Vlad TV is Agent of Chaos. So Vlad was saying how Suge Knight was saying, he had accusations about Diddy, Russell, Audrey Herrera, Dr. Dre, and Snoop Dogg commented and said, "I'm praying for that brother that he finds peace, because like, sir, you in prison and you still around here acting crazy. You in prison till bottom. So I'm praying for that brother that he finds peace." Okay. Well, they said Suge Knight said, "You pray for me, Snoop Dogg. Okay, I'll pray your wife stop going to Hawaii with other men." I said, well, that is his wife. And that ain't Snoop Dogg. But I was like, that don't mean that she's with other men like that. But I was like, not you throwing shots at Snoop Dogg wife from behind the. I'm like, why even bring the wife up? My thing is this: I don't think we've ever heard of like cheating allegations of Snoop and a lady, and if that lady's still with that man, she ain't going nowhere. And if Snoop's still there, he ain't going nowhere either. But I was like, should he be on like? Should his privilege, get like revoked? Now y'all see Snoop Dogg. He replied, "The devil is a lie. Take care, brother." Meaning, no, that ain't what happened. Leave my wife alone and get out my face. But I feel like, I've said before, Snoop Dogg was acting like a pimp back in maybe the late 90s, maybe early 2000s. Snoop had this, like, he was walking with hoes and weirdness. So I do feel like at some point in time, Snoop probably may have stepped out and whatnot. But him and Shantae, is it Shantae? I think her name was Shantae. and Shante Broadus have been together for all the years, and she seems happy. And he at least respects his wife in public. Now I don't know what happens privately, but publicly, I ain't never seen Snoop Dogg, disrespect his wife. But y'all, tell Suge not go sit down some damn well. Like prison's supposed to be a prison. Your prison ain't enough. What else I want to touch on? Oh, congrats to Ludacris. Ludacris has a show in the works at BT. Okay, it'll be based on his life. Ludacris was a DJ and this and that. I guess all the things that come with him being Ludacris. I wouldn't mind a little TV show. That happened with Will Smith as well. Like the show All of Us, which had Dwayne Martin, Lisa Ray, and Elise Neal. That was based on Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith, and then his ex-wife Cherie. So Ludacris getting a show that's going to be a dramedy. I mean, a little bit of drama, a little bit of comedy. At BT Plus. I think it should be good. The Miss Pat show, what is on BT Plus, is a good show. That's based on Miss Pat's life. Okay, so I want to see it. Now the question to me is, will they show him and discuss him having a baby, with somebody else, and then how he got engaged with the doctor? So I'm like, will that be covered? Anyway, congrats to Ludacris. Okay, Chris Bridges. I'm trying to touch on love stuff before we get to some of the bigger stuff. Do y'all remember the girl MIA, the rapper from back in the day? Now I feel like I knew a song or two of hers. I don't remember her being like a big time rapper. It was like one song that I think was popular back then. However, currently, y'all know everybody blame Jay-Z and Rock Nation. They always blame Jay-Z and Rock Nation. So the rapper MIA says, I used to be signed to Rock Nation, and the song was called Paper Planes. Now, she's saying, hey, they played me, they used me, they sacrificed me. They ruined my career. She was saying that, where is that? She said she was banned from entering the U.S. in 2006 because, she was with the group a group of people that we scared of. Okay. They then said she came over here after the ban was lifted, but then she's saying that I would date this man, I would date a billionaire. Billion with a B. And they had a kid or whatever. She's alleging that the billionaire husband paid Jay-Z and them to basically shelve her. And I was like, I guess it could happen, but I don't know. It's weird because they had a kid, but then they split up. And then she's alleging that, when she was trying to give custody of her son and stuff, the billionaire dude paid Jay-Z and them to get involved and cut her off and blah, blah, bloop. She says that his new woman is friends with Beyonce and Solange, that Maya has a hatred for the Carters because she said Jay-Z and Rock Nation did not assist her with the custody battle she lost years ago. She alleged that the billionaire paid Jay-Z not to intervene. And I feel like, well, first of all, ma'am, I feel like your employer should not get involved in your child custody. Because if you work at AT&T, okay, if you a call center rep at AT&T and you going through some child custody stuff, AT&T is not going to go and intervene in your court custody of your kid. She had a little Twitter rant and said that her house was broken into. All the records of her asking Jay-Z for help were stolen. Her laptop was stolen. She blamed President Biden as to why she can't currently see her child because her visa was not approved due to her past behavior. And I was like, man, what is going on? Now it says members of the billionaire family man they were convicted in connection to trafficking the people back in 2019. And so she just felt like it's unfair. Her child is being raised with that. I'm like, man, but you got look. This is why you have to be careful who you had kids with, and that goes for both the man and the woman. But I feel like black people in general, people blaming Rock Nation. I'm like, I don't think Rock Nation had that much power. I don't. Because wouldn't they help Beyonce get album of the year? If they had that much power, wouldn't they have prevented the elevator footage from leaking? We can't. You cannot blame your employer for not helping you in your child custody. You don't work for a law firm. The only time you can be pissed that your job did not help is if your job is literally at a law firm full of lawyers who handle family law. Then be pissed. But you can't be upset that your record label did not intervene in your child custody. But that's just my opinion. Okay, let's hope she gets some help. Child. I don't understand why Chrisean Rock. I wish the blogs would have stopped posting her. I wish that they would just let her post her own stuff and let her be over there in La La Land and let her be over there and We Don't Care Land. But every time they post something about her, I feel like at one point they posted everything about her to make it seem like y'all should love Chrisean Rock. Oh, we love Chrisean Rock. And then, no one gives enough about Chrisean Rock right now because she's a little delusional. And now it's like, okay, let's post everything she do that would aggravate people. Chrisean Rock has proved that she is a person who, one, should not be listened to, and she should not be taken seriously. And the fact that she around here, talking about dark, what she say?
Forehead and that synthetic weave you got in there. Who's eating me up? You're broke as you're ugly with a fat nose. You don't even, and I know you don't like your complexion because you look like one of them type. That forehead and that synthetic weave you got in there.
Oh, Dogg, tell me, bro. It always be those ones, but
I just feel like Chrisean Rock.
Who's eating me?
Chrisean Rock is trouble. Chrisean Rock is immature. The blogs need to stop posting her because I feel like she's not gonna say shit. Child, her and Blue gonna be together and beat each other up and have more kids and get more arrests and gonna need Jesus to fix it. And at some point, we should let it be and leave it alone. Did y'all know that y'all know I love 911 with Angela Bassett. Her show come back on March 14th. I forgot to tell you that. Make sure to be watching 911. Support Angela Bassett with 911 on ABC on March 14th. I had said that. Let's get into the last because I told y'all it wasn't much. We're not gonna be that long. I'm not gonna go to bed. But why is Floyd Mayweather always around here trying to flaunt his money? Okay. Floyd said, I don't kiss ass and I never have to beg for nothing, especially not to get a Super Bowl suite. I don't mind accepting the invite at the time, but one thing for sure, the person that's paying us all the same. Therefore, I get my own seats and suites so I can do whatever I want and invite who I want. I'm blessed to be taking 34 people to the first Super Bowl in Vegas. $850,000. Can somebody explain to me why it's so expensive? I feel like is that how much they all cost? $850,000 to take, he said 30, so there's 35 people including him. Okay. I don't understand why on God's green earth, on any earth around here, on God's earth, on Jesus' earth, on Beyonce's earth, why is it that people feel the need to spend that kind of, that's like $25,000 per person. It just makes apps when rich people show how that's, you have too much money. It's like when Michael Jackson was buying giraffes and monkeys. Like, why do you have a zoo at your house? When rich people start buying zoos and lions and tigers and bears and ostriches and koala bears, when people just start buying stuff and spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on the most randomest of things just to say I can afford it. Ain't no wrong. Okay, cool, afford it. But that's a waste of money. You can't even see shit good at damn day. You can see it better at home on TV. And no one wants anybody else to kiss ass at all. No one wants that. But I feel like when anytime anyone shows, hey, look at what I can do. Look at what now you spend $2 million. Let's say you spend $2 million to rent out a stadium so that all of the inner city kids can experience watching a football game or watching the playoff or whatever, or whatever. Okay, cool. I feel like when you spend that much money, it should benefit somebody. I'm pretty sure whoever the 34 people is somebody else. Is a couple of women's and some men's with jewelry who he wants to impress. It's weird for me. You spend that money just to be in the room. Okay, cool. I get that, but it's still a waste of. I told y'all. Hey, somebody DM Floyd. Somebody DM Floyd and tell Floyd, hey, send Jaylee 3 transactions of $40,000 each. Okay, I keep and that it's just weird that people spend this kind of money to watch something that's on TV. You can see, like, I get it if it's not televised. If the Super Bowl was private and it was not televised, okay, cool. It may be expensive to get around there, but sir, it's gonna be on television. But y'all know Floyd. Floyd is special. I don't know if Floyd be thinking what I'm saying at all. Y'all, too much money being spent. Okay, when I say that this is a $3 billion submarine, I said, bitch, what? I said, why? $3 billion? It says, at the world prepares to coin its first trillionaire. I'm like, who is y'all tell me, who is the trillionaire? Let me meet them. They need to give me, okay, $120,000. That's just the one I want. That is crazy. It says, so as the world prepares to coin its first trillionaire, the $2 billion is it Migaloo? M5 super submarine super yachts services into the limelight. It says it's longer than Jeff Bezos one. Okay, it can stay underwater for 4 weeks. It has a swimming pool. I said, for what though? Let me read what it says. It's a luxury submarine yacht. Okay, it has unprecedented security, secluded exploration with 4-week underwater voyages. I was like, who the fuck wants to be underwater for 4 weeks? Who wants to be under the water for who you hiding from? The IRS? And again, it costs $2 billion with a B. It is 540 feet long, submersible. I'm like, child, don't you trust it? Don't do it. It can accommodate 20 people and 40 crew members. Okay, it can go down 250 meters down. I'm at least, I think 250 meters isn't, Titanic deep. Okay, but I don't want to go at all. It has entertainment, jet skis, kite surfing, paddleboarding, exploring with a mini submarine. It has a helicopter ride. What? 2 pools, a jacuzzi, a cafe. Okay, a culinary delight await in a 36-seat dining room. If it fit 20 people, why does it have 36 seats? What are the extra 16 seats for? It has the dining room has glass walls, so you can see the water and the animals in the water who could come and kill you. And for an additional cost, optional extra included a wine cellar or a cinema. I was like, man, what? And it's gonna cost $3 billion. This why some folks don't need no money. Child, somebody find out who the trillionaire is. Let's start. I talk. It ain't much. It ain't much. Okay. So what y'all gotta do already? Y'all already have to do what? Like the video. Like the video, please. Now I'm going to update my thumbnail because, child, Jonathan Majors popping up here with charges and stuff I have to discuss. So, right before I was coming on live, I seen the post about Jonathan Majors. And I'm like, what you do? What happened this time? Child. The people said 2 more women accused Jonathan Majors of physical and emotional abuse. 2 months after he was, convicted of reckless assault, and that stuff with the girlfriend, the great lady. According to Rolling Stone, Emma Duncan and Mara Hooper alleged that Majors was physically and or emotionally abusive during their overlapping relationships. Meaning you was banging them both? Not them both. Why would you do that, John? That mean you're a cheater too? Now, Emma Duncan claims that on multiple occasions from 2015 to 2019 that he was physically violent with her, claimed that in one alleged fight in 2016, he allegedly choked her and threw her body across the room and threatened he was going to make sure you can't have kids. So what? Now, he denied these allegations. He's denying these allegations. And then Mara Hooper said she dated him from 2013 to 2015 after meeting him at Yale and claimed that he was deeply controlling and she was not allowed to speak to anyone about their relationships. Okay. Now, again, the lawyer for him saying lies, but also saying her name was Priya Chaudhry. saying Mayders was young and insecure during the time period and is embarrassed by some of his jealous behavior. Now we all look. I always say they keep saying somebody. I was like, we need to see somebody gonna say it. Okay. He did that shit. He did. He absolutely. Jonathan saying, look. Let me rephrase because I'm not saying nothing because I wasn't there. I might want to. So I will say this. I believe that there's truth to some things. Right. He and him the lawyer saying he was immature and he was jealous. And I think that's the part he's admitting to. Now, I can't say for a fact if he's physically abused because I wasn't there. But she has the allegations, and the lawyer basically saying he was jealous and stuff. He was immature. So when one person said, we did and we did it, but they're denying the physical part of it. Okay, they're denied the allegations from the woman claiming that he physically assaulted her, but saying that he was young and insecure during the time he was with the Hooper lady. Jonathan is gonna have a little time on his hands. He might be. Look, Kane was trying to conquer and you know what I'm saying, things to go right. He gonna have about a year or two before anyone will be able to look at him and not think that he's abusive. And some folk will always see that in him. Now I don't know if they're white women or not. You know what I'm saying? They might be white, I don't know. Emma Duncan, Maura Hooper, I'm not sure. But I mean, he's gonna have to address now they're not saying they're not suing him. They're just coming out with accusations of what he did. There's not a lawsuit, they are just accusations, okay? But Jonathan gonna have to sit down somewhere for some time or whatever and be to himself for some time or whatever. Get some good therapy. Okay. Get some good. I've always said that man he need Jesus and some counseling. So he do need counseling. He do need all that stuff. But we shall see what happens from it. Now, if more accusations come out, that's on him. That was your past, and you have to be held accountable for what you did. Now, if he's saying one person is being truthful and the other one isn't, I don't, but nobody wants to admit to being abusive. No one, especially not so close to when you were accused of it and found guilty of part of it in a courtroom. So, I mean, girl, Jesus will fix them some kind of way. Monica said, surprise, bitch, I'm on tour. So Monica was on Jennifer Hudson was on Jennifer Hudson today. And she looks, but y'all know Monica is because she's an IG model now. But she would be on the on the Pink Friday 2 tour with Nicki Minaj. Okay, starting March 1st. She will be with that. Now, this is the thing I feel like. Okay, they had these dates from March 1st through May 9th. From March 1st to May 13th. We know that Nicki Minaj had also said before that she was adding like festival dates as well. So we don't know if Monica will be on the festival dates too. However, she will be on tour. Now, this is my thing. I hope that Nicki's fans are Monica fans. A part of me feel like some of Nicki's fans are very young. Monica's music is different than Nicki's music or whatever. So I just hope it's a good mesh because, Nicki Minaj and Monica, they came up around the same time, a little bit. But I feel like Monica fans coming, I've got love all over me. I'm like, are they the same fans as Nicki? It's just weird. Okay. Because I just don't want it. I don't want it to be like Monica's legacy. Her time and effort she put in her career is not fully appreciated because the people who fantasy Nicki Minaj may not be her fans. Now, hopefully, Monica fans will buy tickets and go to the shows. You know what I'm saying? Because I love a good Monica show. For sure. Now, I was watching somebody else who talked about it earlier today when I was in the kitchen, and they were saying how, I think it was something even, how if Monica would have gotten on Usher tour, that would have been great. And I agree. I feel like Monica on a, because that's called, Nicki is a rapper, you know. Her fan base to me just doesn't fit Monica fan base. Chad will probably be fighting his dance. You can do a Nicki Minaj fan and a Monica girl, it's gonna be messy. So I just hope it goes off well. I hope Monica has a great time. And you know, that's what when she's happy, she got love all of her. Okay. And it'll be, you know, it'll be what it is. It was we shall see. But congrats to Monica for her new gig. But yeah, Monica, I feel like Monica needs to be on a literal, just an R&B type of tour. But you know, I ain't knocking it. Okay, so congrats to her. We shall see all the shows and all the dates. Vivica Fox was asked, I think via TMZ before, but when they asked about her and the whole pay disparity, the pay issues or whatever, she said, I'm good. Now she caught some flack. Now she was around here on the Brown Girl Grinding thing, and the Brown Girl Grinding asked her a couple follow-up questions.
You talked about like a lot of the roles that you've been able to work in and things that you've been able to do as an actress. I know that there was the clip that happened where you responded to Taraji and her telling her story with Color Purple and the money not being there, whatever the case may be.
We want to know. Listen, every set's not going to be pleasurable. You know what I mean? You're going to get there and there's going to be some surprises. The trailer ain't right or something's not right. You push through.
Right.
Because what's more important to myself is the work and getting the work done. As a producer, you got to make your days. You got 12 hours. 12 hours to make your day. You don't make your day, you're not going to be working that much anymore. So you learn to push through. So when I said I'm good, I'm a worker bee.
Right.
I have a tendency to not complain, that I do the work.
So her main point was, I do the work. I'm a worker bee. I don't complain. I'll complain after the show is done. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're going to get, you know, plays that you're going to have jobs where things ain't right. Just work, and then don't worry about it. Now, she did say a couple times about how she won't complain during working. She won't complain about whatever's wrong unless it's really, really bad. How if she call her team, the team know, you know, it's really, really bad and blah, blah, blah. A part of me feel like it's being blown out of proportion. While I still feel like Vivica is like 18% full of shit. Because I feel like she's Vivica is saying these sites, these jobs, these trailers, these whatevers, it be some bullshit. I just don't complain about it. I keep it moving, but I'm like, but does it help anything? You know, so to me, that means it's not that you're not experiencing it. You're just not complaining about it. It's one thing to say, I've never experienced, you know, being unhappy on set. I've never experienced, you know, this, that, and the other. But to say, yeah, you know, sometimes that set, this ain't right, and that ain't right, and this is bad, and that's bad, but I just don't complain. Well, then you have dealt with things like Taraji has. Your way of dealing with it, though, has been to just not do shit about it unless it's horrible. So that's why I say she's about 18% full of shit. Because you know what Taraji meant. You just, again, won't complain about it because you want to keep working. And that's a great thing to do. But at some point, you know, you do have to say, don't try to discount or ignore what somebody said as if you have not gone through it. Even with Monique, even with the way Monique has complained over the years, I feel like most of us 100% understand Monique's issues. We just had issues with how she handled things, not that she was complaining about stuff. Okay, so with Vivica, I was like, but you're saying, you're confirming that when working, it do be some BS. You just don't want to complain. But then Taraji was right, my darling. But Vivica will always have a job somewhere, some way, somehow. You know, Vivica, and people even complain, was trying to compare Vivica's career to Taraji's. You know, movie wise and stuff, Vivica does have a longer list of accolades of her prior engagements of being an actress. I don't think it's about who has more work. I don't think it's about who has the blockbuster movie. It's not that, because Vivica has done more, which to me means she's probably had to endure more. So it would have been cool to hear, because even if you compare Monique and Vivica still has more work under her belt for stuff she's done. So it would be great to hear from somebody who has worked on TV shows, movies, you know, and all these things, because you have a more well-rounded outlook on stuff. So if you see, hey, stuff do be wrong, this is what I have done to, you know, avoid those pitfalls in my 20, 30, how many years you've been acting. You know what I'm saying? So I think it would have been a better conversation had Vivica just expressed what she's been through in her longer career in the world. But she did not. That's on her. So, you know, we shall see. Hopefully they'll leave the lady alone and she won't be saying nothing else about stuff. I feel like all that left is Monique and that man. I think we did. Let me. Well, I can't, y'all. I thought I saved the Usher thing, but I don't see it. So Usher, because I have him on thumbnail. Y'all know Usher. The Super Bowl is Sunday. We will have a Super Bowl halftime show, after show chit chat here. So after Usher performs on Super Bowl Sunday, come around here. We will have an after show chit chat to discuss his Super Bowl performance. However, you know, every year the halftime show is like 13 minutes. Usher, for the first time ever, was able to get a 15-minute show. Now, even though that's only an additional 2 minutes, 2 more minutes in a halftime show can really be a lot. You know, it can really be a lot. So I can't wait to see what Usher does, what he put in his 15. I'm like, damn, he got an extra 2 minutes? Look at Usher. But it's in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? It's Usher. So it should be great. But I can't wait for the after show chat with y'all, because we have great times discussing the stuff live after it goes up. So Usher has a 2-minute addition to the Super Bowl. So it'll be a total of 15 minutes and everything. You know, he also got a new album coming out. He's going to be on tour. Usher around here he's capitalizing off of shit. Okay. Let's get to Macy Gray. Well, no, let's do Snoop Dogg first. So, okay. Sean, I'm not ready. So Snoop Dogg and Master P, did y'all know they had a cereal? Now, I had seen it before. Okay. It was called Snoop Loops. I think it was called Snoop Loops. I think it was called Snoop Loops, if I'm not mistaken. I only kept hearing it from Master P. Master P was always this is around the time where he was beefing with Romeo a little bit, and he kept promoting the cereal while beefing with his son. And first of all, I don't grocery shop myself. I have people do it for me. However, even I don't even eat cereal. My point is, I had not seen anyone discuss or talk about Snoop Loops. I'd never seen Snoop post about it. Again, I only seen Master P, child, but Master P and Snoop was up here suing, child. They're suing Walmart and who's other people? Walmart and Post Foods, because they're saying they never, promoted or showed or sold or whatever these Snoop Loops. Okay. Now, first of all, I'm like, not Snoop Loops. I'm like, Snoop Loops. It's just funny to me. But Ben Crump,
okay.
Y'all know Ben Crump. Child, somebody said earlier, Ben Crump don't never sleep. And Ben Crump is always up, in the blogs and defending the black people. Even if he ain't got no sleep, he will be around here with all the energy to defend his clients. Okay, because Ben Crump is if it's a law being broken for black people, Ben Crump is the one to say something. Okay, this was them at the press conference for the sewage.
Hey, to sell all the products that Snoop endorsed, those are all over the store, on the aisles everywhere. Those products are owned by majority corporations. But when you had a product that was black owned, a black business, they put it in the back of the storeroom. And so we want everybody in our community to join us in saying that during this Black History Month, we want the message to be loud and clear. We stand with Master P. We stand with Snoop Dogg. We stand with Brothers Foods, Walmart, Post. Until you do right, don't expect us to continue to support you if you're not going to support our black businesses. Okay?
So y'all don't try to be around there at the Walmart, okay? Because they say Walmart around here and they ain't doing for us when it comes to Snoop Loops and stuff. So Post Foods put out a statement saying Post Consumer Brands was excited to partner with Brothers Foods, and we made substantial investments in the business. We were equally disappointed that consumer demand did not meet expectations. Walmart said Walmart values our relationships with our suppliers, and we have a strong history of supporting entrepreneurs. Many factors affect the sales of any given product, including consumer demand, seasonality, and price, to name a few. Now, have any of y'all seen Snoop Loops in the stores? And two things can be true. Because let's say, hey, everybody would want to buy Snoop Loops. Okay, if Master P and Snoop Dogg had a cereal, everybody wants Snoop Loops. Okay. And they could think that's a great idea. It is a great idea. Now, you then buy into it, you put it in the stores, then nobody buys it. So the question is, were the two stores purposefully hiding the products for them to be sold, or if while sitting out, nobody wanted them? I don't know. I'm concerned. These Snoop Loops are losing where I am because General Mills is selling their cereal 4 for $10. They win it. Say it. Snoop could have wholeheartedly promoted this instead of the damn outdoor fireplace. And even that didn't, that's the get you gotcha. The damn smokeless pit that Snoop Dogg promoted didn't sell. I have never seen Snoop Dogg, even with Master P, talking about Snoop Loops. $13 for Snoop Loops? Not even Fruit Loops? Child, let me Google Snoop Loops. Snoop Loops. First of all, I'm surprised that Fruit Loops ain't suing both Snoop Dogg and Master P for copying Fruit Loops. This shit look the same. I'm like, who does that? Child, Snoop Loops. More marshmallows. That is just Fruit Loops with Snoop name on it. That's it. That's all. Child. Not they put the girl, not Killer Cereal. Girl, I don't want this shit. No tea, no shade. I also feel like, child. No, why y'all messing with me? Let's see. He got some noodles. What's the noodles called? Master P noodles. Got noodles. Not wrap snacks. Creamy chicken gumbo flavor. It's just some ramen noodles. $13 for some Snoop Loops. I don't want that shit. But again, you know what I'm saying? It's a thing to where if you can, child, well, how much of the shit cost? Let's go to Amazon. $27. Not $27. Child, on Amazon. The wrap snacks. Not the wrap snacks. Child. Look. Good Lord, that's a lot of money. Let's see. There's a video showing all the boxes in the pack, and everyone there sold out. Oh, well, see, that's a lie. If employee, but this is the thing. If you go to a store and nothing is on the shelf, half the time the damn staff will say we sold out because they're too lazy to go back there and get stuff from the back. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? If it's found that Walmart and the Post food folk was around here purposefully hiding the product, not putting it out, leaving it in the back so it can't sell, then yes, they should be fined or whatever should happen. However, if it's a thing where this is not selling, so we took it off the floor because there's no demand for it, that's different. I don't know a lot of folk who looking for Snoop Loops. I never was. Now, I do like me some ramen noodles, chicken flavor, for sure. So, Jesus got to fix it. But hopefully, whatever scandalous thing is going on around here, cause we got the wrap snacks. We have the Snoop Loops. Whatever's going on, Jesus will have to fix it, okay? But I also feel like I ain't never seen Snoop Dogg promote the Snoop Loops. And I'm like, the crazy part is, it's his name. He is Snoop of the Snoop Loops. So if you are the Snoop of the Snoop, what's my thing? No, Lord Jesus. If you are talking about system being slow, Snoop cereal is high in the boxes. And the box, and you can't have those small boxes. That should not what we want to do. But yeah, I don't want to pay, $14, $13 for a thing of cereal. I damn sure don't want to pay $30 for some damn ramen noodle. That don't make no sense to me. Not today, not ever. I want to get on to Macy Gray. Okay, let's get off of the Snoop Loops and the rap snacks of the world. But you can't be around here trying to sell $14 Snoop Loops, which is basically a knockoff of the Fruit Loops. Anyway, Macy Gray. Now I had seen a story that Macy Gray had got a restraining order against her son, that she had accused her son of being abusive. And when I saw it, I was like, that is crazy. And so for some reason, I just didn't save it. And then, I didn't think about it. Now, maybe her son wants some Snoop Loops. I'm sorry. But Macy Gray came out and said, y'all gonna stop fucking with me. Okay? And she had to come out and say, my son, that ain't what happened. So, y'all, this is Macy Gray and her explanation.
So I just want to clear this whole
I had to speed it up because she was talking slow.
thing up about this going around about my family, talking about my son abuses me and all this stuff. Nothing could be further from the truth. My son has never, ever, would never put his hands on me.
I said, no, why does Macy Gray sound like Michelle? When I speed Macy Gray up, it's crazy that she sound like Michelle.
Wouldn't even think about nothing like that, like that's my dude. Like we would take a bullet for each other, and he's just not that kind of man. Me, I'm a lot of things, but I ain't no victim. Like I ain't gonna be over here, somebody hitting on me. And I don't mean that offensive, to people who are in that situation. I don't mean to sound insensitive, but that
I don't mean to sound insensitive, but I'm telling y'all, ain't nobody beating my ass. Ain't nobody gonna beat my ass.
That's not my family's situation. We're not dealing with that. From jump, it's so false. We didn't file a restraining order. We filed a move-out order.
A move-out order. Okay.
So me and my son get into it sometimes, and, I get really heated, and I say, that's it. You're moving out, but he loves his family. He loves his house. He loves where we are, and, he won't move, so.
That means Macy got a nice house, okay? When someone say, my son love where we live at, that means, Mom, your house is nice. I want to be here, Mama. Because most adult kids want freedom. We want our own space. You know what I'm saying? We want, because, you want to walk around your house naked. You want to just yell out, hey, Carter. You want to just say for no reason. So that means she had a nice house.
He's 27 years old. I'm just trying to,
27? That's a grown-ass man.
Get my son out in the world doing his own thing on his own. I'm just trying to get him to grow up a little bit, so.
So that means he's a baby. Because at 20s, I moved out of my parents' house, I think when I was either 26 or 27. I've been gone ever since. My sister moved out. I don't know how old she was, but she moved out before me. Because my sister moved out when she got pregnant with my nephew. So my nephew was, he'd be 18 this year. So my sister moved out 18 years ago. So girl, do the math. My brother left from college. So technically, I was the last one in the house. But I'm like, if he's 27, he can go somewhere else.
We filed this move-out order, but I guess in California, a move-out order is under the...
Child, the rent is due. The rent is due. But I love y'all for watching the ads. I love y'all. Look, that's how I get paid, y'all. I don't work for free. I love y'all.
Umbrella of a restraining order, so it goes into the system as a restraining order anyway, which we didn't know till after we filed it. But
now I don't work for the city of wherever she stay at. I don't know. But I do think it's weird if you file a motion for someone to move out, that it is labeled as basically a protection order. That's weird.
So when you do a move out order, you have to state why you want the person to move out. So we put verbally abusive, because me and my son go at it, on both sides.
Now, I said, now, Macy, you can't be surprised. Come on now, premium, no ads. And Wanda's a member. Thank you, Wanda. See, thank you, Wanda. I appreciate you, child. But, Macy's saying how, when you do a move out order, it's looked at as a restraining order, and you then have to give reason as to why the person is moved. I was like, man, that's a lot to go through. Because to file something first of all, if it's your house and you pay the bills, it's your son, okay? If your son ain't paying no bills, name ain't no nothing, get out. Get out. To have to force someone to leave and for you to go to the police or the courts to forcefully put them out. I mean, you can't say, well, I'm putting them out because, you know what I'm saying, they're verbally abusive. That's a lot to go through.
And whoever picked up on this, because it definitely was not intended to go public, so whoever found this and just totally eliminated the word verbal. So it just read abuse. Two completely different things. So it went on this journey of my son being physically abusive. But there's not one statement in that document that says that that I say or my daughter says or anybody says that he ever hit me.
Okay.
So then they have my daughter, saying all this stuff about her brother, which she just didn't say. That document that everybody's putting their blog on, it is so manipulative and so chopped up and so taken out of context by the.
Now, I will say this. I'll give Meg this. A lot of times there are websites and people and blogs or whatever who like the bullshit, okay? And they will love to put out things for clickbait. And like she's saying, the order was really about him being verbally abusive. But if you put Macy Gray abused by her son, he's forced out, restraining order, abuse, it makes a bigger splash. And then people don't read the court order. They don't read nothing beside the big old words in bold. And people then run with Macy Gray abused. Macy Gray's son is abusive. And then that's story. However, Macy, that's because your grown-ass son did not move out and you had to put a court order to get him out. So, I mean, he could have left and saved you the court fees.
Time you guys see it, and I just want to say to all the blogs, you don't know what you're talking about. Not one of you have reached out to me or my son or my daughter or anybody close to us to get your facts straight.
And they never do.
So, and I got 4 words for you. Defamation.
That's one word.
Because you got me and my family out here looking crazy on something that just, we just don't get down like that. Like,
defamation is one word. But I if your son need to move out, it's on him.
We got other problems. We got 99 problems, but that ain't one of them. You know what I mean? And I adore my son, and that's just not anything. We had a really rough day, because it's causing a lot of problems. It's humiliating for us, and especially for my son, who's being painted as this person who goes around hitting his mom.
I mean, he may not be someone who hit his mom, but his mama want him to grow up, and he's not growing up. He's not leaving the nest. He's sitting around there and forcing you to have to legally remove him from the house, when in hindsight, he should just leave. So to me, okay, cool. Thank God he is not abusive. Thank God about that. But he's a bum. If you want him, now I'm gonna also say this. There is a stigma that kids who stay with their parents and don't do whatever, they're bums and blah blah blah. That's part partially true. If he's living there, if he's working somewhere, if he's working and saving money to buy his own house and at least being responsible in that way, I don't see issues with kids living with their families or whatever, because you should want your family member to save money if you have the space to save money to do whatever else. Okay, that to me makes sense. However, if he just sitting around being Macy Gray's son and he ain't doing shit and y'all up and fussing because he ain't doing shit, that's different. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's great that she loves her son, but I mean, you can't be just sitting around not doing nothing.
And you know, so it's been difficult. And it's based on something that just didn't happen. It just didn't. So I just wanted, and I'm pissed off because I when the story first came out, I immediately denied it. And I think I've seen only maybe 2 blogs that have posted the fact that it's not true, you know, or even just that I'm denying it. So I'm posting again because I want this to get around as much as possible, because I want it known, you know, the facts, what actually happened from the people who were there and are living it. And I'm gonna keep posting it till it gets right, because it's just not cool. And anyway, thank you for listening.
Child, I love Macy Gray. I feel like her saying how, you know, it's not true. I'm like, it's kind of true. It's just not fully true. This was the first story it said. Now, y'all know Hollywood Unlocked is always running with lies, okay? I told y'all they killed off Queen Elizabeth before she died. Again, legal concerns from Macy Gray. Son faces abuse allegations. Daughter filed for protection. So, it never said, you know, physical abuse. It just said abuse. Verbal abuse is an abuse. So I think her thing should have been, I wanted to clarify what was right, wrong, or indifferent. You know what I'm saying? And she's defending him and saying he did not abuse me. However, he here, we fuss a whole bunch. He like living here, whatever, but I want him to be more responsible and he won't leave. And we had a hard, tough fight argument or whatever. And so this is what we did. And we did not know this paperwork meant that, and now it's crazy. But I'm like, man, if he around there and he ain't helping with no bills or whatever, and he's an argumentative child, or an argumentative, he your kid. You know what I'm saying? He argues, he needs to leave. He ain't helping do nothing. Okay. But Macy said,
right, because it's
okay, leave me be, bitch. Okay, he didn't beat me. I didn't beat him. He didn't beat my daughter. You know, it was not a protection order. It was a moved out order that we had to film. And it probably meant he was fussing probably with the daughter and her. Okay, not just her, the daughter and her. And so that turned into, you gotta go. Okay, let's just pray they get better and things don't go insane. Okay, now, child, why is my stuff? I don't know, child. I want to call and punch Comcast in the throat, because ain't no way on God's green earth that I should be having connection issues. Not with the amount of money I pay. Everything should be working like clockwork. And I don't know why it's like freezing. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get to my next clip. And it ain't working. Child. Hold on. Give me one little second. I just want to click on something. And it ain't working. Y'all, take one little second, y'all, and like the video while I get this, while I refresh my page. what's wrong with Instagram and why I can't see nothing. Luckily, I saved and downloaded stuff. So I can at least still play the video, but I'm like, this is so dumb. Yo, I'm so aggravated. Not social media, but this is why you have to always be prepared in case something goes wrong. So even though I can like see, I can't click on stuff. I was going to discuss Charlamagne, okay, and the Breakfast Club, who was around here, apologizing to Monique, okay, because that's what this is about right now. It's about the Monique and DL Hughley of it all. And again, thank God I made sense of myself and downloaded their videos and not just play it from the thing. It's so dumb. But we know years ago that Monique was on the Breakfast Club and they were discussing her fussing and cussing about this or that. And at that point in time, back then, let me become my Wi-Fi on. Because it made this me being dumb. But Charlamagne gave Monique Donkey of the Day back then. And I feel like ever since then, Monique has been probably pissed off at that man because he was on some bull stuff. And since then, she's always mentioned what he said, why he said it. She didn't like it. It was rude, blah, blah, blah. So when Charlamagne and then watched her on Club Shay Shay, Charlamagne said, you know what? I feel like I owe her an apology. So I want to apologize. I apologize. And he said, I should have never, been in her business. And said, I get it or whatever. Fine, blah, blah, blah. Now, the get your gotcha to me is, I don't feel like Charlamagne said what I said was wrong. I feel like his apology to her was my opinion of her issues I should not have discussed. It wasn't really, an apology as if what I said was wrong. It wasn't an apology as if, hey, I should have not said that because what I said was wrong. I was wrong about Monique. It was none of that. Now, he said, watching the interview, I understood her frustrations. I feel like everybody has always understood Monique's frustrations. I think the get you gotcha was people did not like how she was going about complaining and discussing what was going on. And I think that was a part that I always felt like was missed, was no one felt like she's wrong. She should not be complaining. Nothing's wrong with what they did. I think everyone had an issue with what happened. They just also had the issue with how she handled it. Because even me, I think some people think I don't like her or I don't support her, but I love Monique. Whatever she get, I watch it, good or bad. I told you I did not like her special, the comedy special, but I watched it at least one time. I watched the Parkers back then. I think she's great in movies. You know what I'm saying? Just prompting him to apologize. To me, I felt like it wasn't I'm not going to say it wasn't genuine. I think he meant what he said, but I also feel like his apology wasn't about, I was wrong for what I said. I think he still felt what he felt, but it was his personal opinion. And maybe I should not give somebody Donkey of the Day based on my personal opinion. I'm like, that's the point of Donkey of the Day. You know what I'm saying? But at least he, in his own parts, said sorry. At least he, in his own part, said, I should not have, involved myself in her stuff. But when he started saying how, I hope she's healed. I hope, when he said hurt people, what did he say? He said something like, when somebody complains for a long time about the same thing, it means they're hurt. And you should not want to hurt other people. And to me, that meant I did something simple, 6, 7 years ago, and she consistently brings it up. So clearly she's hurt. It's what I got from what he was saying. He said, I hope she healed. To me, meaning, I hope she don't ever bring it up. I've now said sorry, so she should have no reason to ever bring me up because I apologized. So I feel like that was his way of saying, leave me the fuck out of it. You've been complaining for them years, so clearly it hurt you. I wasn't trying to do all that and blah, blah, blah. So I hope she healed. And I'm like, to me, that was also a dig, little bit. So Charlamagne said sorry. I was going to play because I can't even play. I'm so mad at this thing. I don't know why Instagram is not letting me click on nothing. Child, I can't click on nothing because she had posted, because on the Club Shay Shay thing, she talked about how the trailers blew up on the set of Almost Christmas. She showed the video of the burned out trailers. She discussed, Oprah being jealous of her and taking roles that she was supposed to be on. So, but I can't get into that because I can't click on nothing. However, because I come prepared, okay, we can get into the two videos that Monique did one and then DL did one. So we know DL went off yesterday on Monique, complaining about stuff she said. So Monique and Uncle Daddy's son, came around here and went live. Let's watch and talk.
We did it. We gonna wait for y'all to come on in, my babies. We ain't done this in a long time.
We ain't done it in a long time.
We ain't done it in a long time, Daddy.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We just wanted to take a few minutes to address a couple of things that have taken place.
Now, first of all, I don't dislike Monique or her husband. I don't, because I had to block somebody today because they're like, you just don't like her because she is smaller than you. And I was like, what? And because she can show, I'm like, girl, bye. And you are, shut up. Okay. You can like somebody and not agree with their antics. You can like someone and not agree with how involved the husband is that's caused bullshit to happen and wish that he handled things in a different way. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about that lady and her marriage. This is all shits and giggles. Okay, this is entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So I need folks to understand that, kind of fuck down. Anyway, but let's get to her husband.
After the Club Shay Shay interview, much love to Shannon Sharp.
Yes.
Good brother. Thank you for allowing Monique to come on the platform, be a listening ear, continue success on what it is that you're doing. Thank you for being a real one.
Yeah, baby. Thank you. Thank you.
We wanted to address first and foremost our brother, DL Hughley.
Oh, Lord. Now, DL went off. Yeah, now y'all know what DL said. To me, DL was pissed. DL Hughley's response yesterday, he responded in anger. Simply because, Monique had brought up, the stuff with them before. So to me, he responded in anger and he went the off. Okay. But that was yesterday.
And we are firm believers on what is right and what is wrong. Yes. So we got to start off by saying there was an inaccuracy as it regards Monique saying that there was a cease and desist that was given to DL to shut it down. Mm-hmm. What had taken place, to be accurate, was after Monique spoke to Brother DL on that conversation, Brother DL said, what?
Well, after we spoke on that conversation, when we hung up that phone, the last thing he said was, it is what it is. And I said, DL, then we're going to have to get our attorney involved. That's the last thing me and DL Hughley said on that conversation.
And after having that conversation with Monique, we went and got our attorney involved, Attorney Anderson. At the time, there were some emails that were transferred back and forth between his side and our side, and it escalated to a point when we had our attorney on the email, whereby then finally DL said that he would scratch the interview.
Yes.
So, I feel like that was one thing that was said.
So it was inaccurate.
Monique said how, we was the whole thing on the interview when I felt disrespected. Me and DL, bloppy bloop. We had this in a cease and desist in order for them to not air it. And I feel like they're not admitting to that wasn't true. Yes, lawyers were involved, but we never sent a cease and desist to him. That was not how the stuff was in play. So to me, just playing fair, DL saying they lying, he was right. It was a lie. It may have been an omission. It may have been a, whatever. But Monique saying, I had to send him a cease and desist for him to not air it. That wasn't true. So, prom, I was prom queen. Hey, my sweet babies. Monique saying that in the Club CashApp interview, and then DL saying that's a fucking lie. I can understand him being pissed because, as they're now saying, it wasn't true. We did not threaten him with a cease and desist. It was a back and forth conversation that ended up with DL saying, I won't air it. And that's what DL said happened, And so I think that once the interview airs, they seen it, DL responded back like it's some bullshit. They came and said, hey, our fault. That part wasn't true. It wasn't true. But DL response was, and he was pissed because I also feel like DL, like, why the fuck is she bringing me up again in 2024? That one, the first beef between them was 2 years ago. The radio show was further back from that. I think he like, why the fuck she keep bringing me up? I don't want to do that. But I appreciate Monique and Daddy Son come around here and saying, hey, that pissed me off.
That is,
I feel like DL ain't a saint, but no one is a saint. I think DL has his demons in this stuff in life, and so does Monique, and so does everybody else. I feel like everybody's trying to pick a side when there's so much mud being tossed back and forth. Everyone is responding to what they feel is not true about them. So I don't think DL is the same at all. However, piece by piece, both he has his thing to address, and so does Monique. So I think some folk want to make it to be to where you can't support Monique if you can understand parts that DL said, or you can't support DL if you know what I'm saying? It's like it's a tennis match. There's balls all over the place.
Cease and desist had to be given. However, that was the next step, and that's what Monique remembered, because when I discussed it with her, we said that would be the next step. But to DL's credit, at that moment, when it had escalated, that's when he decided to shut it down. However, that is a bit different from how it seemed to have been communicated, whereby on the phone, they were having a conversation, and it was kumbaya. Though he never used those words, kumbaya, it did not end with her being under the impression that this was going to be resolved and shut down. So we wanted to make that clear out of love and respect for Brother DL. And despite all the commentary that he gave, with all the crunches she be doing, the captain's in the front.
I do.
And
I do.
Tell him.
I'm a sneak snacker, baby.
And she doesn't sneak when she snacks.
Okay. Hey.
But nonetheless, we wanted to be clear because
this is how I feel, Ms. Wynn. I don't dislike Monique. When I watched this earlier today, it made me smile and giggle because I like their banter. However, this is them on a good day. When I went and listened to the audio recording of them with Tyler Perry, I'm like, he would get on my damn nerves. So that's why I said there's so many levels to this. And I may play that for a second for y'all a little bit later. But I felt like this was enjoyable. it was, him saying, I'm sorry, her saying she's a sneak snacker. Like, no, she don't sneak. That's cute. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's too much in certain situations. So again, when I heard the phone call between her, him, and Tyler, Dayson was getting on my nerve. Completely on my nerve. So again, two things can be true at once. A lot of folk don't dislike Monique. I do think some folk be like, man, it's a lot going on around here.
At the end of the day, we black folks in this world of entertainment. And there was a level of harshness in his return that seemed a little bit exaggerated for the moment. And we wanted to make it clear, and I think Monique can do it best when she speaks in reference to what she meant while talking about DL in the past.
Now I want to make a little point. That, him saying, when DL was responding, there was the energy he gave was a lot. But I feel like the same way we've seen Monique have that same energy when she's pissed off and she's discussing Oprah or Tyler or Lee. Like when Monique was pissed at them and she was on, different comedy shows or whatever, discussing folks, there was also a piece of hurt and anger and venom and how she delivered her feelings on things too. So I feel like we have to give grace to Monique the same way we have to give grace to DL. And when Monique was pissed off, when she said, "Oh, Oprah can suck my dick," Monique has very much so responded in angry ways because she was angry. And I feel like DL was angry, but I've seen Monique respond because someone pissed her off, and they both done it. That's the get you gotcha. The same thing that Monique has said in DL, he has said and done to her. The same way he felt very strongly about his rebuttal to her, she has done the same when she was here in Detroit, going off on him because she was pissed.
When I watched DL say, she went after my wife, she went after my daughters, I want to really be clear who
she did.
I went after, so that there's no confusion here. When I'm on stage and we are performers, we are performing to the audience in front of us. When I was on that stage and I said it must be hard to perform oral sex.
But differently.
Okay, on a coward.
Who was performing oral sex besides his wife? To say, I don't know how his wife sucked a D because he's a coward. That is bringing up his wife in the head she sucked, you know what I'm saying? But again, Monique was pissed and she said it. But that was something about not only DL, but also about his wife. It is what it is.
That had nothing to do with Mrs. Hughley. That insult was directed straight to you, DL. That had nothing to do with your wife. That was straight to you. So it felt like you were trying to pass it off as if I was going after your wife. When it comes to your daughter,
I feel like Monique may not see it that way as her going after his wife. I think DL took it that way. The same way I feel like when someone mentions Monique's husband, she takes it as they're coming after my husband. And the same way that Tiffany said, I don't have a husband like her, then Monique's response was, well, you don't. If she went on and read Tiffany for filth, people say things, and then how the person takes it is how they take it. And you could either say it ain't no big deal and move on, or you can go off. So when Tiffany mentioned Monique's husband, Monique's response was, I'm gonna read it for filth. And when Monique mentioned DL's wife, he got pissed and he read. So I'm like, my point is, they both doing the same shit.
To the baby that you did a post about, you did an interview about. I didn't do that interview. I simply reposted what you said. So when you say, Monique, you went after my daughter, that's untrue, DL.
It's no Monique. Now let's call thing a thing. Okay? Because to me, I feel like bringing up the daughter and trauma the daughter went through is unfair. The interview that DL did, that Monique still has up on her page, she still made a post. And y'all, the live that I did back in 2022, child, I had time to go back and find them. Monique wholeheartedly was saying that DL Hughley was aware that his friend touched his daughter and did not do anything about it and let it be because he cared more about his friendship than his daughter. And that wasn't true. And the get you gotcha is because Monique said that, there were people repeating what Monique said inaccurately and using that to say, DL was around here, and, you know what I'm saying? And that just wasn't happening. And my thought about that was, Monique, the fact that you keep doubling, this is the only issue I can fully say I have, Monique, the fact that she's doubling down on, she's trying to make excuses for why she thought it was okay for her to bring up somebody's child's trauma from childhood. And the issue I have with people is they know she said it and they're trying to make, well, so what? Well, so what? Well, so what? And that don't sit well with me. Because that daughter and what she went through had nothing to do with you and DL. And DL was on a interview, I think was swaying them. And he said how he regretted not believing what happens. He never said, I let it happen. He never said, I knew it was happening when it happened. Because what happened was the daughter told him about what happened way after it happened. And he did not accept what happened, and they had to work through that. But either way it goes, to make the assumption or make the conversation be, while his child was a child, he was aware of this stuff happening, and he looked the other way because of his friend. And that just wasn't true. But that's why I say Monique bringing up that was completely unfair. Even if DL Hughley did an interview talking about working through that with his daughter, the fact that Monique brought it up and then changed the narrative, and y'all know how folk is. If one person says something that ain't true, they run with the lie, or they run with what they heard and don't go to see what actually happened. And then what happens is the child who was triggered by that, the child who experienced that, you bring up their trauma. And if Monique could say whatever she wants to say about DL, about his wife. However, she was dead wrong when she mentions that man's child and what happened. And so to me, she don't get oh, that was okay with me for that. You don't get to use a child's trauma to get back at their daddy. At all. That's the issue I have. I don't care that Monique said something about that man's wife. So I don't care about that. Those are grown people. Yes, and it was also the daughter, because we had a whole lie about that back then. Right, she did not watch his whole interview. She watched a clip that someone sent her, and she then posted that short clip and did not watch the whole thing to get the full context of what happened. And because she did that, people ran with what she said. And I don't care about Monique and DL fussing. They can do it all day. But anyone who does not want to say Monique, you did it wrong for bringing up that girl trauma. Period. Okay? And she then tries to talk around it and say, well, I posted the clip of what you said. You again, when people post a 30-second clip of a 5-minute conversation, it's easy to run a narrative that's wrong. Okay?
I posted what you said. And then when you said on your, when you were really going for it with your shades on, and you said, Monique said, I stood by and watched my daughter be raped.
Now, Monique didn't say that. However, Monique did say that DL ignored what his daughter went through because of his friendship with somebody else. So I feel like DL was paraphrasing, because that's not what Monique said, but that's what she implied. That was the implication. That's also what people were saying on social media based on what Monique posted. So again, let's not play dictionary.
DL Hughley, that's your conscience talking to you, brother. I never said that. I never said that. And I want to be a little clear about something else. Never would I try to do anything to harm any of your babies, because we got babies too.
But again, Monique has never apologized just for mentioning the daughter's trauma. I want to point that out.
So never would I try to do anything to harm your children. However, what I was saying to your daughter and to the other daughters out there, I know what it's like for your daddy to know you've been touched and he not protect you, because my daddy did the same thing. That's what that whole point was. But I was showing why I would call you a coward, brother.
Look, there are people who don't know what their kids are going through at the time, and so they weren't protected. There are people whose parents knew what was going on and did not protect them. It's two different things. You know what I'm saying? And it's the things where you don't want your parents to feel like they failed you because when it was happening and they did not know, they did not help. It's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Because I know there are parents who, when you tell them what happens and whether once they rationalize what happened, they then blame themselves. So I do feel like I told my mom about me being touched as a kid when I was in my 20s. And my thing was, because she didn't know. She didn't know. My bio father didn't know at all. They did not know what had happened. And I did not realize that I was a teenager because I was so young. And my thing with my convo with my mom was, you didn't know, so you couldn't, you didn't know. So it wasn't as if you did not protect me. You did not know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing for my bio father. I told my bio father when I was, I think, in my 30s, about it. But I know people who their parents knew when it was happening and they did not do shit. It's just different. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, MC, for the super chat. I love Monique, but she's very manipulative. She is. And in certain way, and that be the get you got to where, y'all know me, I like to be able to say things from both points of views, to have a clear understanding of what someone said and them trying to twist the narrative because what they said happened 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? 2 years ago. And folk don't remember at all. She apologized on stage in Detroit, because we had a laugh about it back then. She apologized and said, I did not mean to hurt anyone, his wife, and blah, blah, blah. However, what she never did was stop doing it. What she kept doing after that was kept trying to talk around it. So again, it's easy to be on stage at a comedy show and say, I didn't mean to offend the daughter. I didn't mean to. If I did, I'm sorry. But DL, yeah, fuck him, blah, 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 blah. And then we now see 2 years later, she's bringing it back up. That's the manipulation of trying to talk around. You did something wrong. You should not bring it up at all. If she was at a comedy show and her exact work where I didn't mean, because I go back to my lives that we did in 2022 from June to around August. It was lives on social media. It was her concerts that she was doing, and she kept going and going and going and going. And the one show after the Detroit show, because everybody was on her ass because of her bringing up the daughter stuff. I didn't mean it. I wasn't trying to. Saying I didn't mean it. I wasn't trying to, but you knew damn well you was wrong. It's two different things. However, some folk like to not admit she was wrong. And now she is doubling down on that part of it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it's brave that you didn't protect your baby. So when I said what I was saying,
again, you're saying sorry, but you didn't. But saying you did not protect your child is wrong, because if parents don't know what you got. And I speak from experience as a child who was touched. And my bio parents did not mean my mom and my bio dad, because I was like 4 or 5, either 4 or 5 or 6. It was, you know what I'm saying, because it was before I was in first grade. I was like preschool, kindergarten, because I would only have these memories and did not know what it was until I got older and I realized what it was. So my thing is, you can't tell a parent that you did not protect your child if that parent did not know. But her saying that makes folks feel like DL knew and didn't do shit. And that's not fair.
let me be clear to you, DL Hughley, it had nothing to do in reference to your family, and you know that. Now, when you were speaking and you were going off and you said, what did you say? She was so offended by the game we play, but you didn't say what the offense was. And that's the part for me that is disheartening, that you continue to try to trick and smoke and mirror our people. If you're going to say it all the way through. When you say family is sacred, you are absolutely right, baby. You're right. But when you say would my husband rather, and you co-sign your team of people doing that, well, isn't my husband sacred?
Child, I need her to get over that. And I want to say, you know what I'm saying? I am a very open book. I try to be. I try to speak from experience. So when I say stuff like, when I'm discussing this kind of stuff, I'm not even picking a side. I'm just saying what Monique did about that daughter was wrong. And, it re-triggers people, and sometimes when you tell a parent what happened, the parent may not be able to comprehend it, and they don't want to believe it, because they then do what? They blame themselves, because I had no idea that this happened to my child. And then once your child feels strong enough to tell you about it, and y'all work through both of the feelings on it, and you then are, he then went and had a conversation about it. She used that moment to make him a villain in his daughter's story of trauma. And the only villain in that story was the person who touched her. You know what I'm saying? So I feel very strongly when I can see someone trying to manipulate people into, and this is only about DL, the daughter, and this thing. Anything else that man done, I'm not defending that. I'm talking about Monique trying to scapegoat her way into being right and bringing up that man's child's trauma, which had nothing to do with him, her, or this beef. And her beef started from a game at a radio show when DL wasn't even there. That's the get you gotcha. She's pissed from a time when DL wasn't even there. And I said before, if somebody say, hey, let's play a game, and we start the game, and you don't like it, well, then say, no, man, not today. No. And DL said, well, that's how we do. Yeah. And then it didn't air. And that's the get you gotcha. It did not air. We've seen Monique crack crazy jokes over the years. Monique will go on a tirade about hating skinny bitches. You know what I'm saying? The skinny bitches, do they hate Monique now? I'm sure skinny women did not find it too funny. Hey, skinny bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, oh, I feel offended. You know, I'm not saying that the would you rather bang Lee Daniels or bang Corinne Stephens. I'm not saying that was an okay thing to do. I can understand her being offended. But to me, to keep going back to that means you are broken from something so long ago. You keep re-traumatizing it. You keep making it an issue. The fact they've already had this argument back in 2022, the whole summer. For a good 3 weeks, it was back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth for the same shit. And I think that's why he got pissed. We fussed about this almost 2 years ago. Why did you bring it up?
So you got to be careful in your words, because the very words you use, DL, they're going to come back, and they're coming back to bite you, baby. And what I also said on Club Shay Shay, when I looked in that camera, I said, DL, I love you, brother.
Don't love me. There's no one in my life who can say, I still love you. We can, no, I'm good. Keep that over there. I'm over here. But that's also, in my opinion, manipulation, because you want to say, I'm going to call you out, brother, but I love you. Okay, cool. But we're not cool. We're not cool. Because when folks try to say, but I love, that's like when folks say you have family who treat you wrong and folks feel like, oh, I have to. No, you don't. I can love you from afar. I can love you from afar. I don't need you in my life because you and me are toxic. It ain't fun. And it's simply because, this is the thing, had they never did the would you rather game, would Monique have been pissed at him all this time? Again, because she told y'all it came from the would you rather shit. That's where it started. That's how childish it is. I don't need you to love me.
And I don't know if you didn't hear that part, but we really do. We love you, brother. And if ever you get courageous enough to want to have a conversation, we're always open to it, because doing that, it shows how our community can get better. When you're wrong, as we had said to you, hey, brother, we apologize on that one.
I can apologize, but I don't fuck with you no more. I don't fuck with you no more. It's like when someone hurts you and says, I know I hurt you. I know we had an argument. I know I hurt you, but I love you. Okay? Grow some balls and come talk to me. For what, bitch? No. I don't never have to talk to you again. And if you are so pissed all these years later about something that happened when I wasn't even there, I don't want to talk with you.
Yeah, incorrect on the cease and desist. And I want to add one more thing. When you spoke in reference to your daughter, being a reason why Monique stopped speaking about it. What you don't even understand, out of love for you. Out of love for you. See, you can have a problem with your brother, but you're not going to take it out on the kids. And we respected the
But she did.
fact that she tried to defend you, but we got 3 big ass sons. That if we were to think about it in the same way that she thought about it, what would that be? But out of love for you. We're not going to go after your child trying to protect the father that she loves.
But you included his daughter while attacking the father. Again, this is the manipulation. This is also when Daddy's son says a whole bunch of words to distract y'all from the bullshit. We have 3 sons. Y'all literally brought up that man's daughter.
But one could argue, based upon what you said about yourself, had you exhibited the same type of love and protection for your other daughter that your other daughter tried to exhibit towards you, there would have been the commentary that you made about yourself.
This is them again trying to blame him for his daughter being molested.
And I liken it to Brother Corey Holcomb.
Again, they still want to talk around what Monique did is a manipulation.
I don't know. But I got a lot of respect for him because I heard him say something in an interview.
Anybody who has respect for Corey Holcomb, I don't trust you.
He spoke about how Earthquake's son had came to one of his shows. And the young man was hesitant about introducing himself or reintroducing himself because of the rift between his father and himself. And Brother Corey was like, come on, man. No. You come over here and I'm going to give you love. Because that was between your father and I.
If you beefing with my mama, if you beefing with my daddy, rest in peace, I don't fuck with you. I don't rock with people who don't rock. Even if somebody has beef with my mama, they got beef with me. You hear me? If somebody talking cash about my parent, I'm not coming to your show. I don't want to be there.
And it made him reconsider the whole thing and reach back out to an old friend. In my humble opinion, that's what real men do. We come from the old school. We're not going to have no problem with your children because we love them and we love you and we want y'all to win. Not at the expense of the community, though, being demeaned in order to get followers. But from the standpoint of if we come together, we're going to win just by default. So at the end of the day, when you get to talking about how Monique is not loved and this and the other, that's your perception. But what I'll say is it is due to the love that we have that we're able to love those that say things that could be construed as hurtful, but we understand that the old saying of hurt people. So we don't take what you say personally, brother. And again,
we don't take stuff you say personal, but y'all been beefing with that man for 20 years about a joke of would you rather. Y'all don't take shit personal, but she's pissed about a would you rather scenario stuff. That don't make no sense to me at all. We don't take stuff personal, but let's be beefing over some trivial for years. Again, he be talking for no damn reason. That's why folks don't like that man.
It's nothing but love. In addition to the fact, I'm Q-Sci-Fi. Just like you, except I've been in about 29 going on 30 years.
Now let me bring in the fraternities. I'm like, why would you do that? They're like, what we got to do? That I am not a part of the Divine Nine or whatever. But to bring up the fraternity, I'm like, sir, why is you including them?
I'm not gonna argue with you, frat. Ain't nothing but love. So we wanted to extend that to you and let you know what it is. And again, if you ever want to speak, let's have a real conversation. But people needed to know where the confrontation on stage began, and it was from that day.
It was from that day. And once you own that day, DL, guess what, baby? We'll be good.
We don't hold on to grudges. We not upset, but we need you, girl.
Now, talking about we gonna be good.
talking about we gonna be good, and talking about taking ownership.
I want to talk to my babies at the Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club.
I want to talk to my babies at the Breakfast Club. Listen, oftentimes people don't know what a genuine apology will do. They don't even understand. It allows us to say, we accept that apology and we move forward, because today, y'all own that. Today, Charlamagne, today, Envy, y'all own that. And I want to speak to my baby, Jess Hilarious.
Come on.
I want to speak to your little sister. And let me speak to DJ and Leonard first. Okay, because I'm not going to do the nicknames. She's a beautiful asset sitting in that seat. Mm-hmm. And she's going to bring something very special to that show. And
until she talk about you, and then we'll see what's going to happen. I'll leave that bitch.
I know the community is agreeing with what I'm saying right now, because what that sister did when she sat in that seat, she was able to get y'all to see something and understand something that nobody could get you to see for years.
Jess may have, pushed Charlamagne to apologize, but let's not act like Jess ain't said shit. We ain't like, and she had her own parts of shady comments and stuff. She's a great addition to the Breakfast Club, but she got a saint
for years. And just that baby sitting there with nothing but honesty and said, no, we got to deal with this, y'all. We got to deal with this, y'all. You don't understand what that baby's bringing to that show. Because what she's not going to be bringing is, let's knock down, drag them out. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And because you babies own
that show, she don't watch. Do you watch Just Hilarious? Have you not seen her be involved in the bullshit and double down on it? But because she's in support of you, she's great. And I'm not knocking Jess. I'm just saying we're gonna call a thing now.
And you apologize.
We love you, and we loved you then. Not mad, and want y'all to win.
That's all. That's all. So if we start pumping out that positivity into our community, if we start speaking about the greatness that we are and the greatness that we're doing, guess what's going to happen? Now, do we still have to bring some to the mat and ring the doorbell ding dong? Yes, we do. But we don't love them no less, because at any given time, we could be brought to the mat. Ding dong.
Well, we make it a point of not messing with people that's not messing with us. And we hope that today for you guys, the feeling that Charlamagne got, Brother Leonard received from the community by big upping him for apologizing. It's kind of like a movie we used to watch with the kids called Monsters, Inc., where they would go in, they would scare the people for power. But then they found out laughter created more power. Y'all have the power to heal.
I told y'all that man be talking to hear himself talk, and sometimes, thank you, Ms. M01. They sound like features. Could you imagine if these two started a church law between them and Bishop Harvey? Church law would be child crazy, insane. Okay, we would not like it. But thank you for super chat. But again, sometimes I think people don't realize the reason people don't like him. He talked too much, and he says a whole bunch of words, and then by the time he done, you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Did he change the subject? Child, what? And it's just too much.
Use it. Use it to heal. Use it to help folks. Don't hurt folks.
Because Monique ain't never.
Because what happens is, one of the greatest gifts we can have is going in our community and getting the love from our people.
Child, why he crying? Is Monique pinching him? I think she pinching him.
Forget Hollywood, because it's weird. Getting the love from our people. So we are proud of you, and I'm emotional about it, because I'm happy that y'all got an opportunity to do that for yourselves. And we love y'all, brothers and sisters. And just hilarious, keep that going. Keep that going, because you are a great addition. Because there were others that would have sat in that seat and would not have said a word.
I just felt like, ma'am, you are reaching.
You doing too much.
Nothing but love and respect for y'all. And one last thing. Thank you, Charlamagne, for not calling a brother daddy.
Okay, hey!
Thank you for not calling me daddy. You did the right thing and you didn't owe me an apology. It was Monique. So we love y'all.
Daddy's son is a child. Somebody get him off my, get away from me. Again, folks who think y'all don't like him because he's a strong black man. Well, it's like, no, he talked too goddamn much. Like me, I talk too much too. But it's me by myself, okay? He talked too. Why did he start crying?
You know, and we said before we came on that we was not going to be long. And we were just going to say, you know, what we needed to say.
And now she got to cry. It's a crying scene.
But I want to say to our community, don't give up on us.
In terms of our community.
Yes, don't give up. Don't give up on your relationships. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. You got to keep going and keep pushing and keep standing strong.
And sometimes you have to walk away from shit. Do not let people convince you to hold on to stuff that is not serving you. That don't mean that you give in early or give up early. It don't mean that, you know, you give up a good thing. But, you know, don't give up. Stick with it. You know, stay in the fight. Sometimes it's okay. Sometimes you have to know when to hold them, when to fold them, when to walk away.
Don't give up on your love. Please hear me, and I'm talking right to the sisters. Don't give up on your love. Don't give up on that man that's treating you in a way that you ain't never been treated. Don't give up on that man that's loving your babies, and some of them may not even be his. Don't give up on that man that is taking your shit.
Or woman.
Or woman. And still standing strong with you. Don't give up, y'all. So when people say, why does he have to be there?
See, let me paint a picture of folk just don't want me happy with my husband. We love you to be happy with your husband. No one is saying don't be happy with your husband. Your husband talk too much and the words don't be making sense. He ain't no way that he's using 18,752 words when someone say, what's on the menu tonight? Sir, it's cornflakes, okay? It's Snoop Loops, okay? It's being swallowed up. Just say those few words. He be talking and talking and talking and talking.
Because he makes me better.
That's great. That is great.
He makes me stronger.
That is great. That is amazing.
He makes me happier. He's made me a better mother, a better...
Oh, that is amazing.
A wife, a better friend, a better entertainer.
Child, look. He made you get less jobs too. Y'all think Monique be swallowing that man up? Do y'all feel like Monique is funnier and more entertaining since being with him? Now, we've seen her less stuff, but do y'all feel like as an entertainer that she's better? And would y'all say it's because of him? I feel like if Monique is better, that's great that she has a man who helps build her up. But I also hope that you got some of that in you. I don't want anyone feeling like if you sitting around or you depressed and sad or whatever, that you need somebody else to build you up. Because I am a firm believer in if you not whole, getting with somebody else and becoming whole don't help you, because that means it's still a piece of you missing. So I love the fact that she is loved and he loved her and she loved him. And again, I love all of that. But ma'am, okay.
He makes me better. So listen, y'all, if y'all got somebody that is making you better, if y'all got somebody that's hanging in there with you when you know goddamn well you should have been dropped off.
Meaning, I was mean to this man. I was a bitch to this man. You know, he should have left me by the wayside. Okay. But he became my daddy. became my daddy's son. And becoming my daddy's son, he helped me to be a better mama niece. Okay, he helped me become better. You know, I was feeling mighty down, Miss Seeley, but you helped me, Miss Seeley. Oh, Miss girl, I'm sorry. I love the fact that she has love, and I love the fact that she recognizes that she has gotten better since being with him. But ma'am, that's your business. You know, that's your business. And the same way that it's amazing when you find someone who builds you up till you're solid as a rock. Don't make people feel like, or make women feel like, if you know, get with that man and let that man build you up. No, say get up on your own ass too. Make yourself feel great. You don't need a man to make you better. Now, it's a good thing because we love it. We love the man beside us, but he ain't gonna make me. You know what I'm saying? You can grow together. I'm just saying.
Be unafraid to hold on to him. Be unafraid. Is it challenging to grow up? It's challenging. It is, especially when we've been taught some shit all of our lives and we've seen it. It can be challenging. That is why, DL Hughley, I have no hate in my heart for you, brother. When I see you walking through the airport with a support dog, I'm not making fun of you.
But you did.
I'm just saying, brother, if you have to have this.
Why you going after the people like you do?
Why?
See, you see, the little DL Hughley has a support dog because his father died. DL's father died. And to deal with that grief, he has a dog. And he named the dog after his father. So again, you know, she says stuff like, let's not throw digs. Let's not, but she's super dig. If you need a support dog, why would you have to come? Bitch, she's a comedian. He's a comedian. Thank you, KC, for super chat. Jaylee, you deserve a super chat because right there. I try. I'll be trying to entertain y'all. I promise. But again, this just anyone's like, why bring up the support dog when you know the support dog, he got it because of his grief of losing his father. That's that bullshit that people will overlook. So, yeah, I think people do not understand the amount of grief you go through losing a parent. And not a parent who just raised you and you ain't like the parent. You know what I'm saying? Not an absentee parent. I mean a parent who you loved. Child, I told y'all, well, my dad died in 2015. And it'll actually be 9 years on February 15th of this year. So next week will be 9 years of my father passing away next Thursday. And I was crying yesterday because the grief don't stop. And some people do things that they handle their grief. And a part of that is some folk may have a support dog because, you know, that's what it is. But she can't be saying, oh, you know, let's not throw daggers. Let's not. But she up here doing it. So why even bring up the support dog when you know that he got that dog to deal with the death of his father? Wanna know why? Because she's manipulative. And again, nobody understands that shit. I told y'all, my cousin Nay lost her mom the year before I lost my dad. And I did not understand this shit. I did not get what she went through. But the night my dad died and was at the hospital and my cousin Nay walked in, and I swear to God, it was like You get it. So Monique even bringing up the support dog when he said, I got that dog up, my daddy died and I couldn't handle it, and I named the dog after my daddy, and so it's a way for him to deal with the grief. Anyone who brings up shit like that, but girl, again, I'm leaving it though, because y'all manipulation.
It ain't necessary. Be funny without all of that. And when we speak about Oprah, when we speak about Tyler, when we speak about CBS.
Now let's bring in the other folks we have. And Monique's issues with all those other people are valid issues. Her issue with DL is some bullshit.
We not speaking about him to call him out. We speaking to call him up, because the same way that the Breakfast Club was able to say, I'm sorry, the same way Brother Lee Daniels was able to go across the stage and apologize, the same way that we were able to say, we are sorry, it was inaccurate about the cease and desist, is the same way that Oprah, who teaches master classes, well, sometimes we gotta love enough. We gotta love the teacher enough to sit them down and say, it's time for you to be a student again.
I know Oprah be at home. Oprah be at home all the time.
Like, why am I in it? And you could have did it. See how I get it wrong? Because you never.
Because Oprah not responding. Oprah like, I'm not gonna ever respond to y'all, but how do y'all keep putting me in it? How am I in this shit? I mean, I know what I did, and I'm not saying that Oprah should not be. I'm saying Monique could be talking about baking cookies for Valentine's Day to help veterans who have no toes and want to go tap dance for Halloween around graveyards. And Monique would still some kind of way say, but Oprah never gave them tap shoes. She will always pick up Oprah no matter what's going on.
Tyler Perry, it's like, brother, the world heard you on audio saying you were wrong. You cost our family tens of millions of dollars. We don't hate you. We love you because you were trying to do the right thing.
So now why am I in it? And you could have did it. See how I get it wrong? Because you never.
Who suggested that she just stay quiet, but she couldn't. Don't listen to people that tell you to stay quiet when you've done what you weren't supposed to do.
Tyler, like, why the fuck they keep bringing me up? I'm not talking to them people. Why they keep doing that? And again, I'm not saying, right, my point is, when people ain't said shit to you in 8 years, and every time you talking, you bring, it's like, now why am I in it? You say, because why you bringing them up?
You've done wrong. Speak up, acknowledge it, because it helps us help the community. And guess what? We are only human beings. We are only human beings. And we got to let you know we love you enough, because we know that's all y'all are too.
I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Y'all, I don't know what he means.
Despite people making y'all think y'all are more than that.
That's it, my babies. That's it. And, you know, we have always spoke about when it ain't been fair, but we try to make sure we speak about when it is fair. We try to make sure we speak about when people do say, you know what, let me show you what I'm about. And I want to talk to y'all about our brother, Cat Williams. Now, y'all know that is my fraternal twin brother.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
It ain't her twin.
Y'all about my twin brother, Cat Williams, baby. Guess what? I'm going to be joining my brother, my twin brother, Cat Williams, on the Dark Matter tour.
Child, so Cat gonna have Monique. He gonna have Tory Hart. Y'all gonna go see it? Now, Monique has fans. I'm sure they'll buy the tickets. I'm not gonna. I no longer find her funny. Okay, I feel like if I pay for a show, it's gonna be stealing my money.
This ain't stealing. This ain't stealing.
Y'all know Monique husband remind me of him, right? In a way. I'm just saying. Monique husband remind me a whole bunch of Tasha husband.
This ain't stealing. This ain't stealing.
I'm just saying. But Monique will be on a Cat Williams tour. Okay. Let's hope she's funny. I'm just saying.
So I'm excited. We are excited. I cannot wait to see y'all Connecticut. I see y'all tomorrow night with our brother, Cat Williams. Albany, New York with our brother, Cat Williams. And I'll say this too, and I told him this. I said, for as funny and as talented as you are, your heart is far bigger.
Real talk.
And that brother done touched our community, baby, in ways that he's never even talked about. Those are the real ones.
Because as they say, real G's move in silence.
Oh.
So lame.
That's sad.
Well, give me a kiss on that one.
What you say?
My
love
name,
y'all.
Oh, I was going to say my name is Monique.
Did you tell me they know who you are?
I did, Daddy.
Okay.
Shit, I forgot. We love y'all for real, my babies.
Child, ain't nobody. I'm not gonna do it. I also feel like, so after she did that, child, last part of it was DL said, bitch, I'm gonna respond. So DL was on the phone with bad service. Okay, he saw Monique live and he had a response as well. Child, let's quickly get into it.
All right, I'm taking time to respond to Monique again. She made another greasy ass.
I had to speed it up. Okay, I had to speed it up.
Video with her daddy. We kind of relitigating some of the stuff she said on Club Shay Shay, where she talked about how she was on the show and somebody, they played a game, Would You Rather? And I guess she felt like they insulted her husband's sexuality, which is interesting because she can always talk shit about everybody else's sexuality. But I guess her husband's sacrosanct. He's off limits. But a hit dog will bark unless his mouth is full.
A hit dog will bark unless their mouth is full. Okay.
But she talked about, well, she didn't actually call her lawyer. Who the fuck would be afraid of your lawyer? Your lawyer? You mean the lawyer that did your contract? That lawyer, the lawyer from the firm of Negro from Ghetto Got Him and Gone, that lawyer? Who the fuck?
What, child? Y'all, let y'all hear what I'm not gonna interrupt. I'm gonna play it in full for y'all to hear, and then we'll go, because I don't want to keep pausing it.
All right, I'm taking time to respond to Monique again. She made another greasy ass video with her daddy. We kind of relitigating some of the stuff she said on Club Shay Shay, where she talked about how she was on the show and somebody, they played a game, Would You Rather? And I guess she felt like they insulted her husband's sexuality, which is interesting because she can always talk shit about everybody else's sexuality. But I guess her husband's sacrosanct. He's off limits. But a hit dog will bark unless his mouth is full. But she talked about, well, she didn't actually call her lawyer. Who the fuck would be afraid of your lawyer? Your lawyer? You mean the lawyer that did your contract? That lawyer, the lawyer from the firm of Negro from Ghetto Got Him and Gone, that lawyer? Who the fuck afraid of him? He couldn't get your name right on the ticket. He gonna get it right on a legal document. It didn't happen because we decided it shouldn't happen. You didn't need to, because we respect people. We don't have to do things for clicks. They took it off because you asked me to, because I respected you at the time. You also talked about how I disrespect you on so many platforms. But you have this impeccable memory where you can tell to the degree, well, who did what to you and why and what happened, where you were. But you can't pull up one time on any platform that I said anything about you at all because you know you're lying. You got that piece of paper and that big ass memory, but you can't pull one up. My biggest mistake is saying yes to you. I should have said no when you couldn't come on my radio show. I should have said no that I wasn't playing those dates with you. As a matter of fact, almost anybody who says yes to you at some point is in this milieu with you. Almost anybody. So I would suggest anybody out there, you can say yes to drugs, but say no to Monique. You talked about how my children, families are off limits. They weren't when you were running across Vegas. On the stage in Detroit. They weren't when you talking shit on social media. When you got your ass whipped and your tickets dropped, then they became off limits. But let's do this. Let's decide that you will treat my children like you treat yours, like you don't know them, invisible, like you have no relationship with them, like you're estranged, you're unfamiliar, like you don't know them. You also intimated that I was coward. You know what I'd never do? I would never let my woman take care of me. I would never let my woman get evicted from her apartment. I would never let my woman have to ask another man for money. I'd never do that. Can your old man say the same? He loves you. Of course, he got to say that. You claim him on your taxes. He's a dependent. He's sitting there with you right now. And everything. Because it ain't like he does anything else. But you never address the salient point. I said that if you spent as much time writing your Netflix special as you did arguing about getting it, it wouldn't have been trash. It was. I didn't say it. I defy anybody out there. Stop listening to me. Watch it. Read the reviews. Read the reviews. You begged for something. You made valid points that women are underpaid, that they're not valued. That's absolutely right. So you would think that when you got a chance to do something that you could argue for, you'd be up for the challenge, but you shit the bed because you never are ready for it. Because all you ever do is complain about what you don't have. You're never ready for the moment because you're always living in the past. I said it. If you spend half of your time doing as opposed to talking about who didn't do for you and what they did for you, you'd be a lot further along. You wouldn't be evicted. You wouldn't be working for your man. You wouldn't be asking other comics for money. So you got all the ingredients. Take that piece of paper that you're running down the list with, and that pen that you got, and that daddy sitting next to you, and do what you can't do what you never do. Write a fucking joke.
Y'all. Oh God. I had to allow y'all to fully hear what he said without my interruption. But y'all know we have to re-listen to it for my commentary, right? Y'all know that has to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because after this, we're done. Okay. I just want to have a reaction.
All right, I'm taking time to respond to Monique again. She made another greasy ass video with her daddy.
And y'all see how his camera greasy, so I'm like, nah, you doing a grease video like Monique do.
We kind of relitigating some of the stuff she said on Club Shay Shay, where she talked about how she was on the show and somebody, they played a game, Would You Rather, and I guess she felt like they insulted her husband's sexuality, which is interesting because she can always talk shit about everybody else's sexuality. But
now I do believe in the past we have heard Monique, crack jokes here and there over other folks' sexuality, and so that's true. What's good for the goose, good for the gander.
I guess her husband's sacrosanct, he's off limits. But a hit dog will bark unless his mouth is full.
Child, not calling her a dog with a full mouth of food. You calling her fat bad. Don't be fat shaming Monique. She's in good shape.
But she talked about, well, she didn't actually call her lawyer. Who the fuck would be afraid of your lawyer? Your lawyer? You mean the lawyer that did your contract? That lawyer, the lawyer from the firm of Negro from Ghetto Got him.
Negro, a lawyer from Negro, not the Negro law firm.
Contract? That lawyer, the lawyer from the firm of Negro from Ghetto Got him and Gone. That lawyer? Who the fuck?
Forget him, forgot him, and gone, bitch. Forget him, forgot him, gone.
Afraid of him. He couldn't get your name right on a ticket. He gonna get it right on a legal document. It didn't happen because we decided it shouldn't happen. You didn't need to, because we respect people. We don't have to do things for clicks. They took.
And I also feel like, him saying if we didn't air the shit. If Monique said for years that DL talk cash shit, wouldn't DL play the video too so people can see it? I don't know,
Get off. Because you asked me to. Because I respected you at the time. You also talked about how I disrespect you on so many platforms. But you have this impeccable memory where you can tell to the degree, well, who did what to you and why and what happened, where you were. But you can't pull up one time on any platform that I said anything about you at all because you know you're lying. You got that piece of paper and that big ass memory, but you can't pull one up.
A piece of paper and a big ass memory. I still feel like I want people to show me where, because look, I feel like if DL were talking cash shit, we should get those clips out and get them out there. So if anybody see them, let me know.
My biggest mistake is saying yes to you. I should have said no when you couldn't come on my radio show. I should have said no that I wasn't playing those dates with you. As a matter of fact, almost anybody who says yes to you at some point is in this milieu with you. Almost.
Dang, is that true, y'all? Is it true? When people say yes to Monique, do we get to the point where it's always some kind of issue?
Anybody. So I would suggest anybody out there, you can say yes to drugs, but say no to Monique.
Child, not drugs first and Monique never.
You talked about how my children, families are off limits. They weren't when you were running across Vegas. I mean, the stage in Detroit. They weren't when you talking shit on social media. When you got your ass whipped and your tickets dropped, then they became off limits.
Because that's what happened. When she first talked about his daughter, they then had that show in Detroit. By the next comedy show she had, she was correcting things because folks was like, nah, not that day, not today, bitch.
But let's do this. Let's decide that you will treat my children like you treat yours, like you don't know them, invisible, like you have no relationship with them.
Where are kids at? Y'all see Monique kids? Is they around? Have you seen them? Tell us, have you seen them? I haven't seen. Look, truthfully, I did not know Monique had kids. Or I think I just forgot. Mainly, like it's like George Clooney. We don't see them kids. Her kid's grown. So
like you're estranged. You're unfamiliar, like you don't know him. You also intimated that I was coward. You know what I'd never do? I would never let my woman take care of me.
Whew. Child, Daddy's son is he's a manager. You know, a lot of men manage their wives and get paid from their wives. You know, keep the money in the house. You know, all the money is our money.
I would never let my woman get evicted from her apartment. I would.
Well, she not evicted. Not evicted. Even, but I know she's gonna say she got evicted because they couldn't make their money because she was blackballed. I'm like, but did he go out and get a job?
Never let my woman has to ask another man for money. I'd never do that.
Meaning, when Monique admitted to Kevin Hart giving them, this is the weird get you gotcha. When Tyler Perry offered to give them money because of the pressure situation, and Uncle Daddy said, no, we don't take charity, but y'all took Kevin Hart money. What's the difference between taking money from Tyler Perry and saying we don't want no charity, but y'all took the charity from Kevin Hart? Because Monique said Kevin Hart gave y'all some money because y'all needed it. You know what I'm saying? It takes a strong man to allow another man to help their wife. You know, Uncle Daddy Daddy's son, he had no choice.
Can your old man say the same? He loves you. Of course, he gotta say that. You claim him on your taxes.
Oh, they're a dependent child. An elderly dependent. A child tax credit.
He's a dependent. He's sitting there with you right now. And everything.
And he was that was what he was doing, Jesus. That's what he be doing the whole time.
It ain't like he does anything else. But you never address the salient point. I said that if you spent as much time writing your Netflix special as you did arguing about getting it, it wouldn't have been trash. It was.
I watched it. I watched it and I reviewed it. It was trash. It wasn't good. It wasn't funny. That's just true tea. So that's a fact. Y'all imagine if I came to y'all and just played a video and wasn't funny? I'm entertained. You know, I'm an entertainer in a way. You know, and Monique's last special on Netflix, it wasn't worth it. I don't even pay for Netflix. I wanted a refund. Or do I pay for Netflix? I think I was covering Netflix at that time. Either way it go, I wanted a refund.
I didn't say it. I defy anybody out there. Stop listening to me. Watch it. Read the reviews. Read the reviews. You beg for something. You made valid points that women are underpaid, that they're not valued. That's absolutely right. So you would think that when you got a chance to do something that you can argue for, you'd be up for the challenge, but you shit the bed because you never are ready for it. Because
if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
All you ever do is complain about what you don't have. You're never ready for the moment.
You're never ready for the moment. Tabitha Brown said that for years, while she was not, whatever, her husband was a cop and he was the breadwinner. And then once she was able to retire him because her career grew, I think that's the difference. I don't think anyone feel like if you are a married couple or whatever, that the woman can never take care of the man. I think the point DL was making was, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? We've never known for her husband to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? We've never known her husband to do anything. Tabitha Brown has made it clear that for years her husband was the breadwinner. Even for that chick Angel, who, is a person. She do all kind of stuff. She brought up how her husband used to be the breadwinner, and then the roles switch. And now they both do things together. But we've only known Uncle Danny's son to get paid from his wife. We don't know what he's done before to make money. And if at any point in time they had to borrow money from Kevin Hart or be evicted, I think people do wonder, well, was he working or was he waiting for Monique to work?
Because you're always living in the past. I said it. If you spend half of your time doing as opposed to talking about who didn't do for you and what they did for you, you'd be a lot further along. You wouldn't be evicted. You wouldn't be working for your man. You wouldn't be asking other comics for money. So you got all the ingredients. Take that piece of paper that you're running down the list with, and that pen that you got, and that daddy sits next to you, and do what you can't do what you never do. Write a fucking joke.
Right up. Come on now, like Ken doing exactly like Kendu and Kevin, because Kendu wasn't doing shit besides working for Mary J. Blige as her manager, and then when shit hit the fan, he took her for all her money. And Mary J. Blige was having to work to pay pay him because he wasn't doing shit. And Calvin Hunter, shit, he took money from he ruined Wendy. And when she could not work, he still wanted the judge to force Wendy to pay him. But DL said, "Bitch, not on my watch. Not on my watch." And you know, we know other comedians who are not funny, and I don't like it when comedians are not funny. It aggravates my spirit. So, you know, what he wrote along with that video was, "Let me make this very clear. I started none of this, but you got me fucked all the way up if you think I'm going to stay silent and not call out a liar. I see what y'all did, Steve, and all of them when nobody tried to defend themselves. It's been 2 years since that woman lied on me and disrespected my family. When the internet came for her ass after what she said about my daughter, she stopped all the bullshit, and that was it. I've been minding my own business. Now here we go again. Just because someone lies, manipulates, and gaslights you in a calm voice with terms of endearment doesn't make it true. You had an issue with me when it came to that contract, but before you ever spoke a word to me, you went on stage at a concert in front of a full audience and attacked my wife. But family is sacred. Gaslighting. You had an issue with me, but you brought my daughter's trauma into it to try and hurt me. Now you're saying it wasn't like that. Then why did you publicly apologize? Gaslighting. Every time you speak my name, I'm coming back at you. You don't get to be the aggressor and the victim with me. You speak my name or my family's name, and I'm going to be on your ass. Gaslighting. And Tiffany Haddish is like, child. Gaslighting. Look. Hopefully, you know, after this, there won't be a need for either one of them to say anything back to each other, because he posted this after her live. So hopefully she don't come with another live in rebuttal and back and forth. Hopefully while she's on stage, she don't go at DL. Hopefully when Monique is on stage, she tells jokes. Hopefully when she goes to these concert dates with Cat Williams, she tells jokes. If Monique go on stage and then starts regurgitating her issues with Oprah, Tyler, and DL Hughley, Tiffany Haddish, Kevin Hart, Al Sharpton, Sheila E., or not Sheila E., Stephanie Mills, and she goes on stage during these comedy sets on tour with Cat Williams, and her conversation is about them, that you're not being a comedian. Tell some fucking jokes. So hopefully moving forward and going through the rest of her life, the folk who she has issue with, she'll leave them fuck alone. If DL don't mention her, she should not mention him. If Oprah don't mention her, she should not mention Oprah. Anybody in my thing be, don't tap me on the shoulder. Okay? Don't mention my name in any disparaging way to make me have to defend myself. Because some people not gonna stay quiet. Oprah gonna stay quiet. Tyler Perry is gonna stay quiet. I think Usher, some folk will stay quiet. DL Hughley said, "Bitch, not me." I won't stay quiet. You know, so we shall see. I don't have a dog. All right. I don't have a dog in this fight. I really don't. I'm not against or for anybody. My thing be, we have to just discuss both sides of things. What Monique has said, what DL has said, and where the beef started with these two. I don't think either one of these people are angels. I think both of them have dirt on their names and things they've done that is, you know what I'm saying, is whatever. However, their beef with each other seems to stem from Monique being offended over Would You Rather. And from that, all this shit has came and caused a muck. Okay, we shall see what happens next, y'all. But guess what we done? We are done. Okay, tomorrow, Friday night, it'll be some gossip and games. Okay, tomorrow will be gossip and games. Okay, tomorrow 9 p.m. gossip and games. I hope you all had a good time. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel, share this video. Like the video, you can comment in the comment section. It helps a lot to do those things. To follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and TikTok. Again, tomorrow should be very much so fun with gossip and games around here. Okay. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and that's the be safe, be safe, be safe. I love us for real. Okay. Be safe, my people. JayBirds. And y'all have a good night. Okay. And you know what I'm saying? Be kind to people. You know, don't be shady like me. You know what I'm saying? I be shady myself. But no, I love y'all. I gotta go. Bye.